And boom, boom, and hello, everyone. What's up?
Collectively transforming community, peace in our human family, volume unity, divine light shining individually, collectively transforming community, peace in our human family.
One love, one growth, as above, so below. Feel the pain in my soul, the red pill dissolved. Organized, no matter the cost. Politicians start wars, they don't fight, they sit in the poor. And nothing lasts forever as long as we stay together. Give hell to the masses, watch the unity rapture. This is for the kids and the culture. It's one love, one growth, one light, light warriors.
Luke White. What's
Hello, mate.
going on?
I like that intro. I was enjoying that.
Oh, thank you, thank you. That's off of the band I'm in, Light Warriors. You can find us on all platforms.
Nice.
That's off our
No, I love
album,
that. I was
The
listening
Book
to it. I was like, ooh.
Thank
Yeah.
you, man. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the first time I've been rapping in so long. I'm usually just a percussion player for that band, but
Oh, and then you just started rapping. Complete
yeah,
opposite.
yeah. I gave up rapping years ago, and then I'm like, let me bring it back a little bit since now I actually have a structure of what I want to talk about. Because before I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I want to talk about. I'm just going to do like every other rapper, just talk about the simplecities of life and stuff like that. What all rappers want: the cars, the money. And I was like, that's not what I really. That's not really what my personality is. Like, so I
Yeah.
was like, all right, let's just start talking about the bullshit that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Can you? So that's where that verse came from, and then we came up with that song concept. Thank you so much for that. But we're here to talk about you.
Yeah. I just
We got
completely, I was just jamming. I was like, yes. Yeah, nice one.
word. I'll send you the link definitely.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
your support definitely will matter, especially up there in the UK. We would love to perform up there in the UK.
Yeah,
Everybody
man.
wants to go to the UK.
Yeah. And same with the US, though, I guess. It's like the opposite of the music industry in the US is massive, and then the music industry in the UK is massive. So it's like
Yeah,
both. Yeah.
yeah, it
But yeah.
really is. The Afrobeat scene there is insane. There's just so much to pick from up there.
Yeah.
I definitely need to spend some time there.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool.
So we have Luke White. He is based in the UK and he has a new single coming out. What is it? Your new single already came out, right? Like 2 weeks
Yeah, it's
ago.
already out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
What?
it's called. By the way, but also I would normally wear a jacket. I've got a hoodie on, and I look like I've literally just been flopped. I've I've been suffering with long COVID for ages, like,
Oh
and
man.
it's just made me. I'm just like, whoa. But
Oh
anyway, moving
man.
on. Just to let you know. Anyway, so yeah, my new single doesn't matter what they say. So yeah, it's done quite well. I'm quite happy with it, and the message of it's quite relevant and relatable, I guess, because it's all about like social media and all that sort of stuff. I've sort of tried to, like, my writing, I've really tried to make more topical, instead
Hmm.
of writing like a love song all the time, or just, making up something. It's just great to talk. Like my single before that was called Keep Holding On, and that was all about the pandemic. And then
Right.
doesn't matter what to say, it was all about social media. And a phone call I had with my friend where she was feeling down about it. And it's lovely to tell a story like that, because as soon as after that phone call, I was like, oh, it'd been lovely to like write down this real experience that's happened to do with feeling down about social media, and then just making a chorus that's like positive and saying, like, it doesn't matter what they say, and just be yourself, sort of thing. So yeah, so
Mm.
no, it's good.
Yeah.
And the music video is was out, has been out for a few weeks, and
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah. I haven't
that's
seen that one.
yeah, I'll send that to you as well. We'll switch links.
Word.
Yeah, and yeah, no, so that's cool. It really tells a story, like, yeah. So it's good. I'm very, very happy with it.
I love how I like that song a lot. It
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Social media is very brutal right now.
Mm,
And there's a lot of nuance that I think that's not being considered with human psyche
Mm,
and human ideal, and
absolutely.
people are very quick to cancel. And I get it, especially in this country.
Mm,
A lot has been going by, a lot of violence
yeah.
verbally, but I do believe in dialogue.
Mm.
Um, and if you can't have dialogue, then all right, cancel the son of a bitch. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Absolutely. Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like everyone deserves a chance to have to talk to, because it's like what Malcolm X said: you don't know what you knew
Mm,
before, so
mm.
don't act like you are like you know everything now and you could just police people because of what knowledge that you learned. You still have to humble yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's where so like something like social media goes out of control because that's where people like especially places like Twitter, people just like voice their opinion and their opinion is in the right, in the know sort of thing
Mhm.
as to what they think anyway. And it's not. And people that's the thing then because people one person can read that and really be quite or naive or in a bad place, and they'll think, "Oh, really? What? Like, what? It's people. It's sort of, it's misinformation, like you say. Like
Mhm.
we need to obviously like say what we feel and give people a chance. But there's social media. I feel like everything could be so misconstrued and read the wrong way and sort of thing. And social media is like the thing online, like how we post our lives online. It's so crazy how it's like such a normal thing, but when you think about it, like you say, like the human psyche and psychologically, a lot of people post because they're like, it's in the evening. They're like, oh, what am I? I'm not doing anything. Well, I want some sort of buzz. So they post a selfie just so they can get some sort of high from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's like
Right.
that's how when I read because when I wrote the songs, I'm really looking into stuff like that, and I was like, it's crazy, like what it's become. It really has become this thing that you a lot of people crave attention, crave just a comment saying, "Oh, you look great," or "You look." Do you know what I mean? And then they get one bad comment, and that's it. Like one bad comment can
Mm.
overthrow 100 great comments, and that's what's crazy as well. So, yeah, there's a lot to it, isn't there? But it's just a mad place, really.
Right. I was one of those people that would literally let these bad comments take my energy.
Mm.
Um, and I had to learn, I had to literally seriously learn to like
Mm.
not let them get the power that they're seeking. Because
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah,
people here
absolutely.
that will just comment just to disagree. They don't want to comment to like talk about it. They just want to comment to be negative. And you never hear from these people. You probably even shook their hand once. And I like how you brought up the selfie part. It reminds me of this movie that came on Netflix that everybody thought that it was like a pedophile movie, but it wasn't. It's actually about like these immigrant kids that grew up in Europe,
Mm.
and they saw how models and influence on the Instagram, and they were like, we want to be like them. And these are like 7, 8 years old, and they try to do like a dance team. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I watched the trailer, and I think that's a good message for like kids to understand. Like, you don't need to for growing up, you don't need to like try to fit yourself to be like this. You can still genuinely be who you want to be.
Exactly. Yeah, literally. And that's like in the song I wrote, that lyric I put, spoke to my friend on the phone. She said, Am I prettier? Am I prettier than the girl online with 5 sports cars, the attention of a star? Why am I not the same? So it's like literally that sums that up, I guess. Literally what you said. So that's what sort of thing I was exactly saying in that song as well. But just in general, it's so true. Like you say about models and people like that. Like say even you see a friend on holiday and they're doing they're busy, and I think people get jealous of busyness as well. Like say you're not busy, you're at home, you're doing something, people get jealous of just seeing people busy doing stuff away or on holiday, or they post a picture in a bikini and they're like, oh, I'm not doing that. And it's just like it's almost normal now for it to happen. And now you say these things to like the older generation, like our parents and stuff, and they're like,
Right.
what the hell? Like it's just crazy.
They
you know,
don't understand.
because it's like no one could do that in the past, and no one
Right.
really, and they even say like a lot of people, even back then in that generation, didn't suffer with anxiety, and it was really unheard of, really, that sort of thing, because it was. I think it's really stimulated a lot of negative side. Obviously, it's great for a lot of things. I'm not saying this. I'm not like coming on there and being like social media. Absolutely, because it's like, you know, it's great to talk to people and, you know, organize things and work and stuff like that. And obviously for stuff like we do, like music, it's like you have to have it. But yeah, that's my rant on it, really.
I like the rant. It's positive because it gets people to understand more about like what social media can be used for, the potential that it can be used for, and how detrimental and violent it could become as well too. Because let's just be honest, there's people that are behind this screen right here that are just like assholes in real life, and they have the ability to project their assholeness to a far more reach to around the world. Or these phones and these laptops, they give us the capacity to talk to anyone around the world, and that gives certain people the ability to feel like they can be whoever they want.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's quite scary, to be honest, really, isn't it?
It is.
Like it's actually quite terrifying, but yes, there's so many flaws to it, and you know, like so many flaws and things you can talk about with it. But you know, like I say, it's just best to just not overthink it and not go on it too much and use it for the positive things. You know what I mean? And not just try and drill a positive mindset into yourself. It's hard for some people, obviously, but it's like, you know, if you can and you really just think, what am I doing? I'm sure a lot of people have had a realization, like they've just, you know, even I had a realization not long ago, you know, when you look at like your iPhone screen time and stuff, I was like, oh my God, I have literally most days been on my phone for like the majority of the day. Do you know what I mean?
God. It's so scary.
It's scary. You don't realize, like, I think it's because part of it is when I started doing like music stuff, I think you do actually have a sort of jealous side, and I learned to get rid of that because that's horrible. Like, you know what I mean? Why would you be jealous of your fellow artist people who work and stuff just because they're doing better? And I had a moment of that. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, you should be, you know, supportive and happy that they're doing well, and when you do well, you'd expect the same. So it's just it's things like that. To put it in perspective, it's like, yeah, like going on your phone, just scrolling, like literally, like another lyric in the song, scrolling through the memories to gain some glimmer of hope. Social media burying the truth, the life that we really know. It's literally that, like a scrolling, and you're going through the memories of your photos just to sort of get a high of it. It's just mental. It's like when you talk about it, it's like, whoa.
It is. It is. And I think that the problem is that, and I'm not a developer. There's two things I want to talk about that you brought. That's the two things. When I think about the second thing, it just left my mind. But back to the first part, we're talking about like the basically, like, I feel like it would be a lot more easier if social media was a public utility instead of being privately owned by these companies that we have, Facebook and also Twitter, stuff like that. Like, give it a chance to be able to give a platform for everyone. And I understand the issues when it comes to gray area, when, you know, there's a Nazi straight up on there just doing Nazi shit. Yeah, we don't need that. I get that. But giving it, but just blocking people and banning people for stupid shit that you know, it just needs to stop. There needs to be an actual acceptance towards social media. I think that can help geared towards people not wanting to not wanting to cause there's a lot of creators, like you said, with music. We get our shit banned. I've been banned on Facebook just for talking about the genocide that happened in the Congo and giving an example to the Holocaust, which was also just so bad. And I was just like, look, there's a lot of different tragedies that happened. I was banned a year later. Facebook was like, oh, you post this like a year later, and we finally caught up to it. You're banned for 30 days. This is such a random ban. And then also the point where you're talking about creators being jealous. Oh man. Artists being jealous. Oh no, my laptop. See, that's how real that discussion is, because my laptop just fell. Like,
I can't take it.
God. Okay, let's talk about that, can we break that down a little bit, Luke, real quick? That's why I like this podcast right here.
Mm.
This is dope. This is good talk right here. Yo, first of all, have you ever had anybody come like a fellow artist like come after you? And I mean, look, this is a US based. I don't know if anyone in the UK will see this unless they know you. But do you know? Can you think of a time of anyone just like come after you with jealousy, or do you just feel like it was like a point in your life that you felt like, man, what am I doing? Like, why am I getting jealous of these people? Like, did it happen both ways with you?
Yeah. I think I've had moments, not of like, you know, like I've seen in the past, like, you know, someone's like, oh, it's almost like a sad ego thing, isn't it? Really, like when I don't have it anymore. I literally don't. I just don't. I got rid of it because I was like, you just get rid of it. I think I taught myself. I was like, why am I getting like that? Like everyone's on their own sort of like journey with music and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And like, you know, as simple as like seeing someone like proper level up, you'd be like, oh, why is that? Why have I not done like that's terrible. Like, I don't care about that anymore. It's just silly because it's like no. Anyway, and yeah, I've definitely had it my way where you get people messaging you and sort of, I don't know, they're just asking questions that are like very much, they're very forward because they're trying to get something from you. I don't know, in a way. Do you know what I mean? Very forward, and they're sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. My brain's a bit out. But you know what I mean though, when they just sort of message you and you know they just want something from you, and it's like that sort of thing.
Not like, hey, how are you or anything, or
let's
build.
That's it. It's like, oh yeah, what how did you do this? What'd you do this? Like, you know, and that's jealousy. You know, when people do that, when they message you and say, what's this? How'd you get this? What? Like, it's saying like, why didn't I get this? That's how I read that sort of thing. But I'm not saying that's bad, you know, in some cases it's just like, oh, hey, mate, that's really well done. Like, well, how'd you get this opportunity? That's cool. But when people are just like, you know, how'd you get this? Full stop. It's just like, I don't know, just little things like, you know what I mean? That's just like a bit forward sort of stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I that's definitely a thing. There's a huge type of jealousy. And I feel like we as humans,
I've gone off.
Oh wait, what's up?
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh,
are you able to edit this? I just realized.
We're actually live.
Oh no!
Edit it later. I can see you. We can hear you and see you on our side.
I can't see you. Hold on a sec. Let me just wait. Oh, come on, go away. It's going away. Okay, now I can click it. 1 second. Sorry, technology. Oh, there you go. And there it is. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Bit of a technical hiccup.
It happens. But yeah, like you were saying with the with jealousy. So I feel like we're like, as humans, uncheckedly, we have this type of ego, and we're raised by our parents to feel special, which is not our parents' fault. You know what I mean? Like, they love you, so of course they're gonna be like, you are going to do great things. You're meant to do positive things. You're going to change the world. Of course, they're going to say these things. These are things that parents will say.
Yeah,
but you know, for instance, like in American culture, I'll speak for that, being an American. we tend to have this type of like low tone and narcissism, and then it's full blown once we start accomplishing things. But there are a lot of leaders that don't give into that as well. Are humble. But I see when it comes to being an artist, it's hard to be humble because you're so fixated on your brand. And then person down the street that you know is just as good as you drops an album and it buzzes and you don't buzz. It's like,
yeah, exactly. It's just mad, isn't it? But is there a crackle? Can you hear a crackle at all when you speak?
No, I don't hear crackles. I hope. Actually, let me move my phone away.
I think it's something to do with my laptop, to be fair, but that won't affect the stream. It's just what I can hear.
Right. I put my phone in airplane mode just in case.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 21.
Wow, bro.
What? What?
Wow.
Well, how old do you think I was?
I mean, when you were talking about like the life as an artist, it almost sounded like you was at least 25 or 26.
Oh no. I guess I've been doing it for a good few years though. Like I started sort of doing everything when I was a bit younger, so I guess it's just been and it was a busy few years, I guess. So I guess that's why.
Yeah. That's dope. That's fucking dope. That's dope. Yeah, you're in the prime of your music life right now. Like, don't even stop. Don't even stop, man. Like, go for it. Cause like this is when it goes down around this time. This is when it goes. I'm jealous. I wish I was 21 again. You got all that time, all the lyrics in your head and everything. Oh man, that's dope. That's dope. And
Yeah.
you got the album. I listened to a few of your songs and stuff. Do you have any? Do you have an album coming out soon? Or are you working on that?
Well, to be fair, I'm focusing more on singles for now. I think singles are sort of more beneficial at this point. Like just releasing a load of and there's a couple duets and stuff with some other artists, and and then I think I'll think about an EP and then album. Like I think an album will be quite a while. I just feel like if you consistently put out singles, like every 6 weeks or every 2 months or something, that's good, because then it's just like you can put a lot into this one song that's like, and make sure that one song is like to a point like perfect in your eyes, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Right. So I feel like that's good. And then once you build a bit of traction, I feel like that's when you can release a bit of a body of work. Because I personally I don't find that releasing an EP is beneficial, like when you're at a level where it's like you've got like a group of fans, but it's not like, it's not on a level where it's like, oh, people want this, here's my body work, and it all like it's, what I mean? I feel like that's the way I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. That's sort of how we do things too. I like how you broke it down as well too on why you'll do it, and I hope that other artists see that as well too, because it is a lot of work, especially if you're independent. Are you independent, or are you with a label?
No, I'm independent. Yeah. No, it's hard. It's a lot. You've got so many different jobs that, if you're independent, like it's literally like it's mental. Like the amount of like emails and social media you've got to take care of. It's a lot, but it's good though. It does, you can tell between like people that really want to go for it. Do you know what I mean? But some people, they think just releasing a single on streaming platforms is going to do it. It's like you've got to literally go absolutely nuts. Like you've got, like, if you're going to release music, you've got to go for it. Otherwise, there's no point. Like it's a waste of your time. Do you know? Yeah. So I think if you can be independent and make at least a bit of your living or all of your living off it eventually as an artist, it's you're getting all the money. That's the thing with a label nowadays, unless this is like, I was watching an interview of Dermot Kennedy. Dermot Kennedy? Yeah. So he literally was like going at it for years. He was like he was doing busking, and then he was in a few bands, and then he saved up some money to record a few singles, and then he like proper like consecutively released these 3 singles. And then the thing that sort of popped him off a bit was on Spotify. And then he was doing it all independently. He was putting on shows in London. People were starting to come to shows because they were seeing him on Spotify playlists, etc. He was building traction that way. He was going over to America, and then that's when I feel like it's great. It was really a good story, because it's like it sort of like showed the growth of how you don't need a label until you get to a point where you're like, I need the assistance, because there's no point, is there? Until you need managing, there's no point getting it, because you're just giving them a percentage. Obviously they're great, and if you get a good deal as well, it's like, it will help you out a lot. And some people, like, there's an artist I know who's actually signed to EMI, and he's like actually not that big. So I don't know what sort of thing. Maybe he's on development contract or something. But that sort of, still, I mean, it just depends what sort of thing it is. So yeah, that was a very long-winded answer, but
no, that's fine. I like that you talked about that because especially with the Spotify thing, people think that they could just like drop the Spotify and that's it. No, you're not going to see anything out of that. You're not going to see any money out of that.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Although they have just talked about sort of like changing streaming. Like they're actually like pushing it like crazy, and they're saying that they're gonna try and like make sure artists get more money basically from streaming. It's just come out like on the news in the UK, and yeah, it's like a proper thing. So hopefully that would be class. I mean, yeah, I mean, imagine.
Yeah, right, because they just gave it up to the higher ups, the pool. It's a whole pool of money, and Drake's getting our money. And I don't think Drake realizes that. I don't think he wants that. That's just how the Spotify game works. And I'm sorry, people that think that they can just put this shit on a live stream and think that's all you can do. But no, you gotta promote. You gotta put your shit on like your website. Create your own website. You gotta go on Band. I like Bandcamp. You gotta do some things that you gotta start doing shows. You gotta make sure to pay gigs. You can't if you want to just yes, you gotta do it. You can't just be like, oh, it's on Spotify. Now the whole the world is going to see everything that I did.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's exactly It's a crazy industry, but it is in anything with music, even to the point where I do a bit of guitar teaching as well. I teach them like guitar. I'm starting in a school teaching a bit of guitar, like in a couple schools in near me, and it's just nice, just like a couple days teaching sort of thing, like in a, just sort of thing, but. That's even who you know, like things like that. It's like you need to know someone that recommends you to go in to do that. And it's just like even with something like that, I was like, oh my god, everything in music is literally who you know. Otherwise, you just can't. It's hard to get anywhere, really, to be honest.
It'd be so much better if, like, honestly, if the culture, with all of music, because we're so like. This is why I wanted to do this podcast because I will have so many artists from so many different genres. Because everybody just sticks to one genre. If they hip-hop platform, they only stick to hip-hop platform. So that means no nuance for Afrobeat, no funk artists or funk fans are getting a chance to be on there. Like it should be a universal thing, like how podcast culture is. Every podcaster wants to be on the podcaster's podcast. Every podcast wants to promote another podcaster's podcast. That's something that we should do as musicians. But we don't, and I live in Connecticut. Connecticut is a very, very small state. I think it's almost smaller. I think it's smaller than Wales too. Actually, yeah, it's pretty small. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why the hell my timer is going on. Anyway, so everybody knows each other. Everybody knows each other. If you don't know that person, you know somebody that knows that person. It's only
it's a small world sort of thing. yeah.
But everybody stays in their place. You know what I mean? But with podcasters, nobody stays in their place with podcasters. Just like, yo, I'm gonna go on your show. Oh, I'm gonna go on my show. Yeah, I'm going on your show too. Oh, we'll make this happen. What do you want? Let's talk about this. Talk about that. It's a lot more different. And if they do that, we don't need a label. I think we should just not even care about labels. I feel like there should be like a music artist union, like how there is like actors union for SAG cards and stuff like that. And I think that's what we need. Like, that would take care of us. We're creators, and our music is good, so we should be having freedom to spend as much time as we can to create this music, and also create the support that we need. You know what I mean? Like working at McDonald's. How's Luke White going to work on his money? I mean, work on his own. How Luke White's going to work on his music? If Luke White is working at McDonald's.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, that's why I think I'm trying to do like sort of stuff that allows me freedom. So like teaching in a school a couple of days a week, doing like guitar. It allows me the freedom because it's actually good money for those even just 2 days. If you have a good number of students, it's good. So it's 2 days there, and then I can do a gig in the week, and then I can do whatever, just record and make music. So that's why it's like I could have gone for a job that was more, more not related to music or related to music, but it was like full on, like sort of, or like a teaching or workshop type thing. And that takes up, I just was like, no, actually that would take over my life. Do you know what I mean? It would, because you sort of even get to the weekend and you probably wouldn't be people. I find when people go into that sort of stuff, they sort of almost fall out of love with music a little bit as well, because if they're doing stuff like that and they're trying to teach younger kids or something, like in big groups and stuff 5 days a week, and then you come home and you're like, I'm knackered, I don't want to pick up a guitar right now. And I just thought, oh my god, I missed a lucky one there, because I was like, no, not for me. I just, because it's something I'm passionate about, you know, being an artist, so I don't want to give it up anytime soon.
Hell yeah. And that's definitely what happened to me, because I work at a union job at the hospital, and when the pandemic happened, I didn't really do anything music. Like, I went to a funk, and it was right around the time we were about to release our single. So I was like, oh, I did enough. Okay, this single is gonna be great. Everybody's gonna like it, and I need to work this. I need to work my ass off. I had to get back to the balance. I had to fix that. I had to go back to the balance. Like you said, you lose the love of music.
Yeah,
you deal with that much. That is so true, because your mindset is too busy on trying to survive and also do your job, and you lose your creativity. And
absolutely
sad. That's so scary. And
it's terrifying.
So the people will hear like, oh wow, these artists lose their creativity, but that is traumatizing. Not being able to do what you want, artist wise, effectively the way you want it, the material you want to drop, being blocked is
it literally is. It's like, I just don't know. I don't think I could physically like cope if I know it sounds really cringe, but I couldn't physically cope if I wasn't doing that. If I wasn't doing music or writing and recording at least 3 whole days a week. I know that sounds a lot, but in terms of like whole days, but I need to do that. So I want something that, you know, it's decent money, but it's like still doing music related stuff, but doesn't take up too much time. And I can also do like a gig wherever in London or you know, in a pub, whatever, just do anything. And it's just this, I will enjoy it, and it will keep me fresh, because I love doing like cover gigs. You know, it's fun when people are like a bit drunk in a pub, and it's just funny because you just play some tunes, and you know, you get to play some of your favorite tunes and people like them. And then when you do the stuff in London and stuff like that, when you play in like, you know, proper venues and you get to play your own music, that's a good balance with that sort of thing as well. And then you teach a bit of guitar, so you're breaking it up. You're not continuously doing one thing or another, and it gives you space. So yeah, definitely. And by the way, I can hear, I think it's my laptop, but I can hear like a load of crackling when you speak, but that won't come through on the stream, will it? I think it's just because I can only hear it. You can't.
Yeah, I think you're good, because it'll happen if I can hear it. I don't hear any crackling.
No, it's when you speak, I can hear it in here. It's like, that's why I put my headphones in, because it was coming through my laptop. No, it's my laptop. I think it does it sometimes. I think I need to sort it out. But yeah, hopefully it should be all right. Yeah. Oh god.
To make sure and let you know, because that will hurt my feelings if that's what's going on.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Yeah. How can you double check? Because might as well quickly.
Well, I just have to literally like download it and then re-listen. That's the only way I can figure it out.
Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, to be fair, surely we can start a new one. You can just edit the two lives together, sort of thing.
Yeah. I can do that. Yeah. But,
yeah, just double check, because we don't want to get to like an hour and it be like, I know it's this, like I keep hearing it. I'm like, oh no. Okay, yeah, just double check quickly, and then just ping me a message, and I'll jump back on. It's all good. It's easily edited, isn't it? You can just pop the two together on like iMovie or whatever.
Cool. I know exactly what I'm gonna do real quick. Actually, I'm going to pop it on my phone and do a quick sound check on my phone and see how that goes.
Wait, speak now?
I said I'm going to pop it on my phone.
Oh.
And check on my phone real quick.
Yeah, it's definitely my laptop though, because it's done this before. So it's definitely through, like, it's like the sound that I can hear through my laptop is crackling. So it's something to do with the sound of my laptop. It's not to do with like the sound on here. So, but if you want to go off and download it and double check, then we can just jump on and finish it.
All right, 1 second right here. I have it popping up right now. And
yeah, Yeah, it's definitely my laptop. It definitely is, to be honest. Like 100%. It's done it so many times.
Okay, I'm about to start talking. Yo.
Yeah, it's my laptop.
Oh my God. Sounds
Yeah. I think it's probably best to jump off, just download that, and then just like cut the bit we were just talking, and just edit it.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool. Sorry about that. Cool. Right.